Hey guys, and welcome back to Growing Up Godly. So last week we premiered the last episode of our first ever multi-mini episode series, Everyone Has a Story. And today I'm going to be giving y'all an inside scoop of the story behind the story, where we got our inspiration for making this project and how it all came to be. So let's go ahead and dive in. This process actually started over 2 years ago when the Lord initially gave me the idea for the plot of Everyone Has a Story. Now, it took so long to actually come to fruition because we couldn't really figure out what topics we wanted to cover and how we could execute them in a way that was still going to be clean and good viewing for our younger viewers. But the Lord had it all worked out. We were not ready to film something like this 2 years ago. We didn't know a lot of the people who ended up being part of the cast 2 years ago. And it was also a great time of just getting to pray through what we wanted this series to look like and make sure that we were able to put out the best product that we could. So we kept thinking through it, praying about it, but eventually the idea kind of went on the back burner of our mind of something that we would do later on when the timing was right. Thankfully, the Lord brought it back up to mind in spring of this year. So this spring, Ashlynn graduated from high school and was getting ready to go off to college. And we knew that the Lord wanted us to continue on with the channel. We just didn't know how that would look with her living 5.5 hours away. But the Lord put it on my mind of if we could get this series written and shot this summer, we could premiere it in the fall. And it was such a great idea. One, I was super excited to finally get to do this project that had been in my mind for 2 years now. And it was also great because we would have it all shot so Ashlynn could just focus on getting used to the college life and enjoying her first semester without having to worry about filming all these videos to be able to still give y'all content. After praying through it and feeling that there was peace in this and that the Lord wanted us to continue forward, I got so excited, but then it was time to write the script. Thankfully, it was a lot easier this time around. Again, God was showing us that His timing was right because the topics that we were going to discuss, the issues that we were going to show, just came very naturally this time. And the Lord was so gracious to give us ideas on how to present it in a very clean and child-friendly way. That way, all of our viewers could watch it, but we could still share what we wanted to share. Writing the script took a couple of weeks, but we finally had the full script finished by June. And as soon as I had the full script done, I went ahead and started pre-planning the scenes we needed to film, looking at weekends that we could shoot, and of course the biggest thing, casting. By this point, we only had a month before Ashlynn was going to move off to college, so we were kind of scrambling to get this project cast and to make sure that everyone's schedule was going to work out to where we could shoot it all one big weekend, and that way we would have enough time to still get Ashlynn moved in and enough time to edit it before releasing the series. Thankfully, we have some amazing friends and family that stepped in and were a part of what turned out to be such an incredible cast. The Lord really worked it out. We were even able to get some friends from North Carolina to come down and be a part of the project, and it was amazing. Next, it was location time. Now this one was a bit tricky because I had written the whole basis of the series around this cafe that we actually had here locally, and I had planned all the shots to be at this specific cafe, not knowing if we were actually going to be able to film at that location. So I set up a meeting with one of the people who run it and was hoping and praying that we were actually going to be able to shoot in that cafe. Because if not, we were gonna, one, have to find another main location, and two, rework some of the scenes to fit into whatever location we were to find. Thankfully, I got a quick yes within 5 minutes of the meeting that we were going to be able to shoot there, which was such an answer to prayer, such a huge burden lifted off my shoulders. And so we were super excited about that. And then the rest of the locations just fell into place. Of course, we shot some at our house, and then some of the friends and family that were in the series graciously offered their homes to be able to shoot in as well. And then it was time to film. So we broke it up. It ended up being a 5-day shoot. We shot me and Ashlynn's scenes and episodes the weekend before we shot all of the cafe stuff. So we shot all of our items Saturday, and then the next week on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we shot all of the cafe scenes, all of the rest of the episodes, got everyone in town to be able to shoot it. But we had a little bit of a bump in the road. So just a couple days before we were supposed to start filming, we got a message that a cast member was no longer going to be able to be a part of the project. And it was a bit crazy. I was wondering, Lord, you've put all these pieces together. Why would you have this happen so last minute? I couldn't get anyone who was available to fill the role. But thankfully, he worked it all out, and we happened to be in the right place at the right time when someone volunteered to help us out. And they joined the cast super last minute, learned the lines, was available that weekend, and it was such a God thing. And it reminded me that, okay, there's gonna be bumps in the road, but the Lord is still with this series. He still has his hand on it, and we were able to move forward, and I couldn't imagine our cast looking any different. So after a full 3-day weekend of filming and having people in town and all of that fun stuff, we went through and looked through the footage, and we actually did a reshoot one day for one of the scenes, but other than that, we were completely done, and it was so incredible. Until I realized that Ashlynn was going off to college and I was going to have to edit almost the whole entire series by myself. This process was the longest in terms of time frame and hours. I spent hours and hours at the computer editing the series. Ashlynn was able to do her episode at Malin's Lost before she went off to college, so that was great. But I was left with all of the remaining episodes. But looking back, I wouldn't change it. It was very hard. I'm not a big editor. Ashlynn is the more creative one, so she does a lot more of our editing for the channel. But the Lord worked it all out. We were able to find great music. We had great shots, and we were able to put it all together so beautifully. And after 2 years of thinking and planning, and after months of writing and shooting and editing, the entire series is up for everyone to watch, and we could not be more excited. My ultimate hope and prayer with this series is that it gives hope to the hopeless, and that it gives new perspective to the ones of us who do have hope in Christ, and that it'll give us a push to want to share that with the world around us. I hope that you enjoyed hearing a little bit of the story behind the story and everything that happened behind the scenes of putting this series together. If you haven't already, make sure and click the link in the description to see every episode of the series. We're super proud of it, and we hope that you guys enjoy it as much as we have, and we hope that it resonates with you as much as it does us. I hope you all have an incredible week. Thank you so much for watching. We are returning to posting every other week, so every second Tuesday we will be posting, but make sure and stay tuned because we have some fun holiday stuff coming up. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye!